In this episode of Watching the Watchers, we're talking about DPS Officer Edward Swan. If you've been stopped or cited by Officer Edward Swan, you're going to want to pay close attention to this video. So the reason we started Watching the Watchers is because over the course of representing thousands of people facing criminal charges, we have found when dealing with prosecutors and police agencies that when one of their officers is involved in misconduct, they don't like to tell us about it. They like to keep that close to their chest. It's supposed to be disclosed to us. In our opinion, it should be disclosed to us, but they make a lot of different reasons as to why they don't want to tell us. They'll say, well, the officer is still under investigation, or the officer's appeals process hasn't been completed, or we just don't think that this conduct is worth reporting to you, Mr. Defense Lawyer. Well, we fundamentally disagree with that. We think any of this material, anytime there's officer involved misconduct or there's integrity problems with an officer, it should be disclosed to us. But unfortunately, a lot of this information is held by the prosecutor's offices. And so if they won't disclose it, we'll disclose it. That way, other defendants, other people charged with crimes, other people who may or may not have been stopped by this officer or know somebody who was stopped by this officer, they're aware of it. That way, you can make a good, educated decision when you're representing yourself, or you can disclose this information to your defense attorney so that they know what's going on with this officer. So now that we've covered why we do this, let's take a look at what happened in this case. Officer Edward Swan, this article comes from the Arizona Republic. It says, Arizona trooper arrested for threatening to kill a department employee, records say. So it's an Arizona, from azcentral.com. It's a news story. It says that Edward Swan, Arizona Department of Public Safety, was taken into custody by state detectives on suspicion of making verbal threats during a meeting. Says that he's charged with a Class 1 misdemeanor, scheduled to make an appearance. He made threats. He said something to the effect of, I hate that guy. I'm going to kill that mother effer. No, you're not. I know you're upset. You can't say stuff like that, is what his sergeant told him. And he said, if I ever see that guy at a bar, I'm going to fight him. I'm going to F him up. Well, that type of stuff is illegal. You can't threaten to kill somebody. It is a crime in Arizona to do so. This officer was arrested for it. Of course, we believe that anybody charged with a crime deserves the presumption of innocence. They deserve due process. They deserve to go through the same court process as anybody else charged with a crime. Just because they're an officer doesn't mean that they're not entitled to that. We do think that generally speaking, officers should be held to a little bit of a higher standard, but they still deserve the same presumption of innocence. So we'll be following this case along. We just want to make sure that this is brought to the public's attention. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you or somebody you know or love was charged or stopped or cited or had any interaction with Officer Edward Swan from the Department of Public Safety, make sure you give our office a call. That way we can take a look at your case and see exactly what happened and see if this officer's misconduct might be a problem with the government's case. It probably will be, but we'll have to take a look at your case specifically. So give our office a call. We offer free case evaluations. We'll get you scheduled. We'll have you come in. We'll review the facts of your case, and we'll see how this officer's misconduct might impact and give us a good outcome, a good result for you. So nothing to lose whatsoever. Give us a call. We look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks for watching.